Hello, my lovely Virgos. This is your reading for the week of November 17th. And I think for quite some time coming, I'm feeling like the readings I'm doing now are expanding to beyond the week. And of course, we're all on different timelines, so that makes perfect sense. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, won't be for everybody. As I was starting to work with Spirit for this today, they told me Virgo, and then they showed me, I'm looking out my window here at these beautiful old trees that have no more leaves. And then in my mind's eye, I see a cardinal on the branch. So as I'm asking them what that means, I hear out on a limb, but not too far. So that when I look at the image I'm getting, it's, you're not out too far. You're not at the edge where you're afraid of falling off. You're just past the curve. So it's like you're out there. You're not hiding. There are no leaves to hide you. And what I'm being told here is that now is a time. This is something that I'm being reminded of, and it's true for all of us right now, that it's a time where a lot of emotions are coming up. It's a time where a lot of our old story and our old patterns are coming up for us to really see and look at. It's a beautiful time. There's the energy for transformation and for shifting things in a big way. And what I'm feeling with this image and the energy of this image is that there's a part of you that's a little bit nervous being that far out on the branch, but there's another part of you that is starting to feel the freedom of that. And so what I've got with the cards here, what Spirit's given me in that is the idea that you're not 100% sure about what you're doing. But what they do want you to realize and remember is that it's up to you now to speak what is right for you. And this is happening for a lot of people. And I think that's part of what the old story is for a lot of people, is claiming back, is not having felt empowered to really stand for ourselves. And now this is about you really deciding for yourself, not for the people around you, what is right. And it's interesting because you're being told this is really about you claiming yourself, but you're also being reminded that you have got choices about how you feel and how you express yourself. You have got choices. If you decide that you want to give over to the old story, well, that's your choice. But what they would ask you to remember is that you have a wisdom inside of you that is very connected to Spirit. It's not just asking for information from Spirit. It's really understanding that the connection to that is really, truly, the hardware for that's already in you. By allowing yourself to honestly, sincerely decide, how do you want to feel? How many times do you have a positive thought? How do you deal with that thought? Do you truncate it and go back to, oh no, that would interfere with somebody else, so that dream is gone? Do you find yourself getting happy and then suddenly going into the negative? And so they're asking you to really look at that and use the sensation of good feelings to be what guides you to your wisdom about what's right for you, regardless of what the people around you are saying, regardless of what old story. Now, I'm just hearing something here. Okay, so they're asking you to check in, please, with family loyalties, but not family loyalties specifically with people in your life now, but what have you not changed in your personal story? What have you not honored in terms of what's right for you, for fear of betraying some kind of family code, for betraying the family story? This seems really important, Virgo. Because whatever you're able to dislodge from the story of your original tribal family that is holding you back from honoring your own heart, the rightness of your choices, the possibility and the right to be affluent, happy, fulfilled, physically, emotionally, financially. Whatever you let go of that, whenever you realize that you doing this for you is not betraying them, but that they were there to give you the springboard for you to see and take this power to do it. That's when you start also changing the relationships now, because so many relationships that all of us have until we do this clearing of the past is we just implement many of those old rules as though they're laws, and we don't even realize that they are what's motivating us in behavior that limits us, restricts us, and leads us basically in a life that's not really as fulfilling as it should be. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved. If there's that piece of tranquility and sense of wellness in you that's not fulfilled, then this is the kind of thing to look at. Now, the other thing that, okay, the other thing that just popped out of the deck is creativity. And you're being asked in this card, in this context, to realize that you are creating your life, and that it's not, creativity can be through art and music and writing and all of those lovely things. But ultimately, creativity starts with you and how you want to see the world and how you want to be in the world. So you're being reminded you are creating, and you are creating your life based on the choices you make. You are the one who decides, and you are the one who decides if you're going to let somebody else decide or if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it and let them face what comes up for them. All right? So again, you're being asked to remember there is a wisdom that is bigger than you. And in this case, in this specific reading, it's that there is a wisdom that is bigger than your personality. And it is your higher conscious self and your high heart, which is connected to your higher conscious self and helps bring that wisdom into your reality. And the not just your reality, but brings that wisdom into the thing that can help you make the choices that are going to serve you the best. Now, you're also being given the kindness card. And in this case, again, it's in this case, in this context, what I feel this kindness is really talking about is you don't have to fight to be right. You don't have to accept being told that you're wrong. You are the one who decides that there is something that just ran through there. Sometimes you don't make the choices that you would like to make for fear that you will be unkind towards somebody else. Because you feel as though it's a way of telling them that they're wrong or that they've been wrong. And that's not about that. This is about you understanding that kindness is really about gentleness, and it's about gracious consideration. So that can be about how you speak to people, but ultimately it's also about you really giving yourself permission to be kind to yourself first. Okay? This is a big theme these days. All right, now you've got the card, and it goes back with the humility card that's talking about there is a wisdom. Take God with you. So what you're being asked to remember is, as you're doing this process, again, with this reading, this card for me is really saying, this is really about you understanding that you are part of a whole divine picture, as we all are, as everybody in your world is. And that when you remember that there is a sacred essence within all of us, it makes it a lot easier to speak your truth, and it makes it a lot easier for you, most importantly, to know what your truth is. Because sometimes, Virgo, you can become so concerned about taking care of other people that you forget to check in and even understand or remember what your truth is. It can be kind of clouded sometimes. And it can be clouded by achievements. It can be clouded by doing for other people. It can be clouded by habit. It can be clouded by a bunch of things. But what you're being told here is, remember, Do one thing at a time. Simplify. Simplify the process. Remember, you are in divine hands. Remember, there is a sacred you and there's a sacred everybody else in your life. And this is you now. Okay, thank you. It's also reminding you that when you stand for your truth, you let other people stand for theirs. It kind of helps dislodge the things that might possibly be attitudes that are disempowering them. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, Virgo. I hope this is helpful. And really seriously, gosh, you can be such lovely, kind people and such workers and so diligent. I just feel like I want to take a big, deep breath for you and say, can you take a moment and look at the sky? Oh, the Cardinal. They just reminded me. The Cardinal. Thank you. The Cardinal often represents wisdom, change, spirit, help from spirit, from loved ones or from spirit in general. But it's usually a time of change and renewal. And so this actually is really saying this is a good time for you to look at this. Okay, check out the spiritual symbology for Cardinal. I think this is really relevant. And often when I get animals in readings, I feel as though that's a spirit, an animal spirit coming to help you with their energy. Spirit medicine, animal medicine. So check out the spiritual meaning of a cardinal, but also check out the nature of a cardinal, because very often it's the nature of the bird itself or the animal itself that is giving you an indication of the power that it's giving you. Okay? You'll see what you identify with in it, and that will be a good message for you as well. That's it, Virgo. Take care.